Firstly, I would like to discuss this is related with our cause, and that is the Masjid al-Aqsa. It's basically our leaders do not wish to speak on this issue. Why? Because they will lose their following, and they have failed. All the Muslim leaders have failed. All the 53 Muslim countries have failed, and our Muslims in Palestine are suffering, and they don't want to speak up. They don't wish to speak up, and this is due to losing their supporters, and they will lose their political stance in their governments. So secondly, I would like to highlight that our Mufti ji, he has been just verbally attacked. Why? Because he stood up for the truth. Mufti Saab, he stood up for the truth just because this is an intellectual difference and differences which we hold. So people shouldn't. But what happened in response was that because he stood up because those people used a bad language for Sayyid, and that's why then Mufti Saab spoke up. Mufti Ji, he spoke up, and instead of giving an apology, these people, what did they do? They retaliated by making fake accounts, by attacking verbally, and making it look like it's a war. But at the end of the day, it's something which is based on an intellectual level. But I do also pray. We also pray for the people of Masjid al-Aqsa at the same time. And we pray that may Allah send the angels down the way He sent them in the Battle of Badr to help our Muslims, to help them in the Battle of Badr. Oh Allah, send the angels down to help our Muslims and sisters and our children in Masjid al-Aqsa. And also because the Muslims have failed, is so that they like to parade their tanks and the armies, but they have sold themselves to the Zionists. So this is our main point and our cause as well. At the same time, Mufti Ji has this message for everybody. It was that I am writing to you in response to recent threats and humiliation that I have been subjected to as a result of my campaign against derogatory remarks made by certain imams against the family of the Prophet ﷺ. As an individual who stands up for justice and speaks out against discrimination, I find it necessary to defend myself against the harassment I have been facing. First and foremost, I would like to emphasize that the debate at the hand is regarding an Islamic matter. As a devout believer, I have deep respect for different interpretations and opinions within the Islamic faith. However, the derogatory remarks made by the Imams Adil and Shaidu were in line with the principle of respect, tolerance and inclusivity that are promoted in Islam. It was my sincere belief that these remarks were harmful and divisive, and I felt compelled to raise my voice against them. I understand that discussions around religious matters can sometimes become heated, and I apologize if my passion and for justice and my commitment for upholding the values of Islam were perceived as taking things too personally. I assure you that my intentions were never to attack or disrespect individuals personally, but rather to address the issue at hand and promote healthy discourse. It was to promote a healthy discourse. However, instead of being met with a constructive dialogue or respectful disagreement, I have been subjected to threats and humiliation by individuals who disagree with my stance. This includes verbal abuse, harassment, through social media and even personal attacks on my character and integrity. Such behavior is unacceptable and it goes against the principles of civil discourse and mutual respect. And I would like to highlight, furthermore, Mufti Ji states that I would like to highlight that harassment in any form, is a violation of my basic human rights. It has caused me significant distress and has had a negative impact on my well-being, both mentally and emotionally. I have the right to express my opinions and engage in peaceful activism with fear of retaliation.